roll.
Here.
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 I have an announcement to make. I am resigning from the board effective immediately. I can no longer morally or ethically continue to do what I've done with this board. So you have a great evening. Thank you very much.
Okay, moving on to the pledge. For those of you who are able to and are willing to please join us with for the pledge. And following that, please remain standing, if you will, for a moment of contemplation and reflection. Thank you very much.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you very much. Okay, next item is adoption of the agenda. Does any board members have any questions about the agenda? If not, I will entertain a motion.
I will move to adopt the agenda of October 20th, 2025.
I second.
We have a motion and a second. Mary, please call for the vote.
Yes.
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 Brings us to minutes from prior meetings. Is any board member have any questions, any comments about that? If not, I will entertain a motion.
I move to approve the minutes of the September 8th, September 17th, and October 17th, 2025 as presented.
I'll second.
We have a motion and a second. Mary, please call for the vote.
Yes.
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 Recognitions, Mr. Lavender.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Good evening, President Wilkie and board members. At this time, we're going to do our Rotary Club Students of the Month. And tonight we have Jacob Warren, who is a member of the Ward. A member of the Rotary Club will be here to present our Rotary Students of the Month first. The student from Vista Grande, I'm going to ask Robert to come forward and introduce his Vista Student of the Month at this time.
Good evening, board members,
sacrifices and encouragement have fueled her journey, and she is deeply grateful. After graduation, Reese plans to attend GCU or TCU to pursue a career as a pediatric occupational therapist while continuing her love for dance at the collegiate level. Her former teacher, Miss Espatero, shares, Reese is a rare student who radiates passion, optimism, and kindness in everything she does. She is hardworking, dependable, a natural leader. I have no doubt she will continue to achieve great things in the future. And our superintendent, Mr. Jeff Lavender, says, Reese is one of my all-time favorites. She has a strong faith that guides her through the challenges of being a teenager in the 2020s. Reese always has a smile on her face and shares kindness with everyone she comes in contact with. I'm excited to see where her journey takes her, and it has been an honor to serve her and her family. And I don't know that I can say it any better than they have said it. You truly are remarkable. So I'm very proud of you, and congratulations on Student of the Month.
Thank you.
All right, everyone.
Justin.
Love you. All right. All right, here we go, guys. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Hold on.
My church did the same thing.
Yes. Next, Monica Diaz will introduce our PACE Student of the Month. Monica.
Good evening, governing board members and Superintendent Lavender. It is my honor to recognize Anthony Herrera as our PACE Student of the Month. Anthony is a student whose quiet confidence and steady determination set him apart. He approaches his goals with focus and perseverance. He trusts the learning process and is always steadily moving forward. His teachers describe him as driven, thoughtful, and dependable, someone who always leads by example. The high expectations he sets for himself inspires others around him to do the same. I often hear a little competition going on what, you have a 98%? Well, I'm going to get a 98% today. And the great thing about that is when they do, he won't hesitate to help them get there. When sitting down with Anthony to talk about his interests and future goals, one of the things that stood out to me immediately was his attitude of gratitude. He approaches each opportunity with appreciation and purpose, seeing learning as something to value rather than something just to complete. He was immediately, he shared with me that he was a little surprised, I don't know why, about getting chosen, but then his next sentences were, I couldn't do this alone. I have so many people to be thankful for. My family who's here with him today, his teachers, his friends. He just was full of gratitude for all of the people who help and support him every day. Anthony shared that he is interested in attending NAU. He appreciates the nature of Flagstaff because it reminds him of Washington, where he grew up, and something that he enjoys doing where he grew up. You're still growing up, but where he was born. But something he enjoys doing is just walking in nature, and you just kind of get that whole sense that his intentionality and his gratitude, he just really takes time to appreciate those things. He's interested in a career path that involves technology. and wants to find a way to connect his passion for technology with also his passion for helping people. He's still exploring exactly what that might look like, but I know he's going to find a way. Anthony believes that it is important to always keep moving forward. He has a find a way mentality, and that believes when you're working together, people can make big things happen. Introducing you today to Anthony was a great pleasure, and we are excited to have the opportunity to honor him as PACE Student of the Month for October. Congratulations.
Come on in.
I'm definitely the shortest person around here.
Okay, there we go. 1, 2, 3.
Monica. Next is Lisa Miller, our CTE Director, who will recognize our CTE Students of the Month. Mrs. Miller.
I think I can manage it. Okay, so good evening, President Wilkie, board members, Superintendent Lavender, and our public. Tonight, I'm honoring 2 students from Union, one of which is in our biotech program or bioscience class, and he was nominated by our bioscience teacher, Donald Thompson. There was a scheduling conflict. You know, these kids are in their CTSOs, their student organizations, and they are up in Williams for a camp, leadership camp tonight. So Adrian opted to go to camp and said that I was more than welcome to honor him anyway in absentia. So here we go. So I'm here to recognize him. He was nominated by, like I said, Mr. Donald Thompson. His parent is Christina Garcia. And I don't know if she was able to make it. Maybe? No? Okay. The reason for this nomination is to recognize Adrian as the CTE Bioscience Student of the Month for October. He's an outstanding student at Casa Grande Union High School and has been in the CTE program for the past 4 years. He currently serves as the parliamentarian for the local Casa Grande Union High School HOSA chapter. So that's a really important position as far as record keeping goes for the organizations, and he's going to get to practice a little bit of that up at Williams. Adrian has demonstrated an array of success in academics, interpersonal, and leadership skills while maintaining integrity and dignity in his accomplishments. He has been involved in the science, technology, engineering, and math-related activities throughout his high school career. Adrian joined Bioscience and became an active member of our HOSA chapter as a freshman. He has completed the technical skills assessment and the OSHA 10 health industry credential as part of the CTE program. He has learned a plethora of important leadership and life skills throughout his CTE and HOSA career. He has been a dedicated member of the organization and has the goal to attend college and continue a career in the medical profession. And so congratulations to Adrian. I don't know that he's able to watch tonight, but maybe. And I'm also honoring a student that we've honored in the past in the engineering program. And apparently she must have had an unknown scheduling conflict as well, or I know she would have been here. So my apologies for not having a slide for this student, but I didn't know till I got here that she's not here. So we're going to honor Landry Howard as the Software and App Design Student of the Month. And she was nominated by her teacher, Mr. John Morris. Her parents, who are very active with our organization as well, are Brett and Trisha Howard, and they very often volunteer to supervise students on our trips. So we appreciate that. Landry has been the right-hand woman for Mr. Morris for the past 2 years. She's been an invaluable asset in all ventures from CTE and skills to the NASA Ascend project and her project Desert Star, which aims to put a student designed and built payload into a low Earth orbit. Her incredible motivation and strong leadership abilities have been evident in everything she does. She has served as the president of the Skills USA for 2 years. She has truly blossomed and demonstrated a remarkable capacity to set and achieve goals while managing multiple complex projects with ease. She has developed a strong foundation in the computer systems engineering through her work at CGUHS CTE programs, knowledge that will undoubtedly serve her well in her studies at ASU next year. She is a bright and confident young woman who consistently leads with courage, confidence, and compassion, making her a truly exceptional student and leader. And I know that she has spearheaded some really interesting and innovative ways to fundraise for these students so that they have money to attend and get to do fun things too. So we're very proud of Landry as well. So. And I will work out with Jennifer a time when we can present these in the classroom and get some photos of the kids. All right, thanks.
Thank you. Mr. Lavender.
Yes, sir. And at this time, we're going to recognize our Employee of the Month. I'm going to ask Mr. Hubbard to please come back up here and join me for this presentation. And our October Employee of the Month is Colby Tapia from Vista Grande High School. And Mr. Hubbard provided me this narrative. He said, Colby Tapia has been a valuable team member to the Vista Grande High School community for many years. As a math teacher, her planning, lessons, and care for each student, show unwavering dedication to the students at Vista. She gives her time tutoring and supports students outside of class, as well as sponsoring class activities and programs. Ms. Tapia is always one of the first to volunteer her time to school dances and activities to support the overall well-being of our students. Colby is a professional learning community leader for our math department. She thoughtfully spends PLC time looking at student data and helping her team improve the educational value of each class. The planning and care for PLCs and student data is shown in the classroom as she spends the time with each student in the room. Ms. Tapia is truly a value to our school community, and Vista's honored to have her as part of our team. I recently had the privilege of visiting Colby's classroom on an instructional walkthrough with Mr. Hubbard and some other administrators. And when I was watching her teach, it reminded me what Dr. Ruby Payne once said: no significant learning takes place without a significant relationship between the teacher and the students. I watched her go around the classroom. First of all, as you can see, she doesn't rule the classroom by her size and intimidation. She rules the classroom with kindness and respect, and the students respect her back. And so the 10, 15 minutes I sat in there, she never once had to ask students to get on track or be quiet. The students were working, and she went from student to student, kneeling down with them to eye contact with them, and really helped them. She smiles. You can clearly see that she enjoys teaching. And Colby, I certainly appreciate that all you're doing and your dedication to your students. And Kevin, I'm going to give you the last word, sir. You didn't know this was coming either.
It's all good. I will say, as an assistant principal for the last 2 years, I can distinctly remember we get to do a lot of school events and a lot of things that the kids enjoy and we get to be a part of. But as administrator, you show up and you be there for the kids. And there was a particular night, I was probably near the Valentine's Day dance or one of the dances, where I came in with quite the salty attitude about having to be there that night. And I can tell you the first person I saw walking toward the dance was Miss Tapia, happily taking tickets and enjoying the evening, and very quickly reminded me that my saltiness was not appreciated. And she didn't even have to say it. So that's the type of person she is, and we appreciate her.
Kevin.
You're good.
Okay, 1, 2, 3.
Turn it back over to you, Mr. Lavender, for your report.
You want to let our
Oh,
guests?
yes.
Sir.
We'll take a pause here for the evening and allow you to, for those of you who joined us for the recognition, please go forth and enjoy the rest of your evening. You may stay if you want. You can stay for this wonderful. But thank you very much for coming. Nobody ever takes us up on that. It's just amazing. Congratulations. Thank you.
Jennifer.
Thank you.
Just 1 second, sir.
All right, Mr. Lavender, back to you for your report, please.
President Wilkie, governing board members, member of the public. Today we came back from an enjoyable 2-week fall break in which we saw a little bit of fall, a little bit of summer, a little bit of winter. It was an enjoyable time. It was good to see everybody back today. It was met with sad news. It was over the weekend. Brandon Reese from the Casa Grande Union High School class of 2024 died tragically in an automobile accident. I know Dr. Weinberry met with the Cougar staff this morning and talked about supporting grief and those type of things. We've just done this one too many times, especially with that class in 2024. So I'd ask all of you to keep their staff in your thoughts and prayers. I'll just cover a few things. On October 2nd, Vista Grande High School hosted Career Night. It was a fantastic event. We had a great turnout that night, and we had volunteers from all over the community representing many different career paths for our students. Also, I see Mr. Hebda back there. And this morning I sent him an email that he reminds me of the song, All I Do Is Win, Win, Win. This over fall break, the first weekend of fall break, he and his marching band traveled to Simi Valley, California, and they earned first place in the band competition and was the sweepstakes winner as well. And then this last Saturday, they traveled to Mesa Community College and again received first place. And there were several, I think there were 12 union students recognized individually for their awards as well. We're looking forward to Friday night that Vista and Casa Grande or Vista and Casa Grande High School are going to do a joint national anthem together. And then they're going to perform their halftime show. So we're excited for that. It's also senior night, Friday night at Union as well. One of the things we're going to be implementing this coming month, and Ms. Horton and I will be putting out an informational video. I'll be meeting with the staff at the 3 schools. Is the Possup, am I pronouncing that correctly, Mrs. Diaz? Possup, thank you. The I silent then, right? The I silent, okay.
Yes.
Possup survey. One of the things that is really important is we start getting feedback from our stakeholders. And so we will be doing a little bit of information, and then we will be doing our first one question survey. There are various ones you can do. You can do more extensive or just a pulse check and ask somebody one question, then ask them to just comment. And we're looking at having our first survey the week of November 3rd and start grabbing some information on how people feel about security at the school, expectations at the school, how connected the staff feels to the school, and things like that. Also on October 11th, our local Rotary Club hosted the Oktoberfest, and we had a fantastic turnout of our students there supporting the Rotary Club that night. From Casa Grande Union, we had the FFA students, the construction students there, as well as our Spirit One. For Vista, we had the Key Club and Student Council, and our track and skeet team that represents our district under Dave's mentorship and coaching was also there as well. So 6 different organizations went out that night to support the Rotary Club. We've also had some students honored for the Pinal Performer of the Week. Sarah Mounts, our quarterback at the Union flag football team, has been selected Performer of the Week, as well as Ben Matecki, who is our quarterback for the Vista or the Union football team, has been recognized. And leading into the game this Friday night, on Wednesday night, there is a tailgate event, Wednesday from 7 to 10 out at the Promenade Mall at the Farmers Market. And this is the first event, but what we're really trying to emphasize is, although we have 2 schools that are going to compete hard on Friday night, we are a unified community, and at the end of the day, we're all part of Casa Grande, and we want to celebrate that. And so we're having that event. It's the first annual one, this Wednesday night. I also want to give a shout out to our Union flag football team that is currently undefeated in regular season play. They did go into the tournament, made it all the way to the championship game, shorthanded that day. And Max Preps, which is the national high school sports thing, currently has Union ranked as the number 2 team in 5A. And so we're excited for that. They have 2 away games this week, and then next week they have 2 home games. Again, we want to wish the best of luck to both of our teams on Friday night in the game. We're looking for an exciting evening that night. We will be between the first and second quarter honoring staff who have been with our district between 20 and 24 years. And then between the third and fourth quarter, we'll be honoring staff between the 20 who have been here 25 years or more. Board members, if you do need tickets, I have some tickets up here for the game as well. We're also privileged that night. The honorary team captain for Casa Grande Union will be Scott McEwen, and for Vista Grande will be Emilio Barajas, who recently signed with the Florida Marlins. So we're excited for that game as well. We're excited for what will be a great game Friday night, and I'm telling everybody I'm rooting for a tie. And that's my report.
Thank you, Mr. Lavender, and congratulations to you and your staff and the band. Fantastic. Continue to crush it. So thank you very much. Brings us to United Sound presentation. Mr. Lavender.
Well, I'm going to turn it over to Mr. Hebnes here. And Mr. Hebner, are you taking this presentation? I thought Mr. Daniels was joining you. Is that just you, sir?
I think it's just me. There was going to be more, but
okay.
That's
the legend himself, Mr. Hebner, is going to take it.
They were completely confident with you, Martin. That's why. There you go.
So I do more with music than PowerPoint, so you'll have to forgive me on this. Thank you for having me here today. We're pretty excited about this opportunity we have with United Sound, and I'm not sure what you know about it, so I wanted to kind of start from the beginning and kind of go from there. So as you can see, United Sound, I've tried to put it all into one nonprofit organization, the mission to remove barriers, foster social change through music. And this is kind of making music available for everybody, promotes inclusion, pairing students with special needs students, really providing mentorship opportunities. So I'm really, really excited, and hopefully I can get this. There's a lot of clips, and this is kind of like the shortest one that kind of shows a little bit, and hopefully it goes through. Is it showing? It's showing on mine. Mary. It's showing here. I tried showing this clip to my students today too, and it didn't work because we were having some technical things. So
Click. Drag over to that one. No, that's mine.
Oh, stop it. There we go.
That's mine.
My eyes aren't very good, you know. Okay. Okay, that's.
that just kind of gives you a little bit of a visual of what we have going on. This is a program I kind of started looking into back in 2018. I have several colleagues up in the Phoenix area that are involved with this through their band programs. One of them, Matt Kozak, that Superintendent Lavender is familiar with at Campo Verde, and then at Desert Vista, a gentleman of Josh T had one there. And I've talked to them, and they just told me about how awesome it is for all students involved. We were so close to getting it to where we would have it here, and then COVID hit and kind of stopped absolutely everything. And then it's been kind of like getting started again. I was talking with Miss Lorona at our Meet the Teacher night, and I was like, I have this thing that could be really cool. And not even a week later, I got approached from United Sound with the opportunity, and so we just kind of jumped on it. So this is a little bit what we've got going on here. This is our team. We've got Julie Duty. She's the founder and executive for United Sound. We've had a nice Zoom meeting with a lot of people with Jennifer Yondell. And then from our town, we've got Natalie Clement, myself, Miss Lorona, Miss Honeybone, Maestas, and Marlon. And we're kind of the team that's going to be working to make this happen. Let me see if I have anything on there. Nope, it's on that slide. So we want all the W's. Look at this. I can do animations too. So who are we selecting? So the ESS department's going to be selecting students, and they've already been working on that. In fact, they gave me a list of 7 students before break of like that would be interested in starting an instrument. And then I have to find some mentors within my program, and we team up 3 mentors for every new student. And we find that it's just as impactful for the mentor students as it is for the new musician students. When are we going to be meeting? This is going to be starting throughout this year. So as soon as we get things and we can get a meeting going, we're going to start making this happen. And the new musicians will be meeting once a week with the mentors and the new musicians. And the goal of the program is they're going to sit in on a concert with us in December and then one in May, and we're going to play a song and bring them up, and they'll be a part of our program for one of those concerts. Where are we going to be meeting? We're just going to meet in the band room. That's where we're going to practice, and then we're going to, of course, have the concert in our auditorium. And then just the why, promote inclusion, and have nice collaboration through music. So this is kind of our vision, our goals. And we got so many benefits that we have here, I think. Okay. Fosters inclusion, United Sound, together students without disabilities to make music. So we bring them together. We're trying to create inclusive environment where everybody feels like they belong. Encourages friendships and mentorships between students who may or may not otherwise interact, kind of breaking down some of those barriers that we have on campus. Peer mentors develop patience, communication skills, and a deeper understanding for others' experiences. Cool thing for me is I just talked about this for the first time in class today, and I didn't even get a chance to show the YouTube video. And I was like, okay, there's this thing that we're going to do. And I talked about it. I'm like, check out this video, and it didn't work. And I immediately, before the end of the day, had 15 students that came up to me and said, I want it. So I'm pretty excited about that, because we really, like, for it to work, we need 21. And I haven't even been able to talk to like all my classes yet. So seeing how excited they are by this is pretty cool for me. It strengthens the music program. You know what I mean? Once you're really good at playing, how do you get better at your craft? You continue to work with other people. So I think that's a pretty powerful thing for us. And then boosts confidence for everybody. You know what I mean? For the new musicians, and then for the ones that are helping. And a lot of opportunities for me to work with them on how to teach. And we have several future music educators in the program as well. So it's going to give them kind of a head start on some things that they can do. And then just it creates long-lasting impact. So these are just some of the benefits that we can find by doing this opportunity. So the big questions are, what are the costs? So there's a one-time startup fee of $2,500. We got a grant And that was them coming to me saying, you've been interested in the past. This grant came up. Are you guys down? Or you still want to do this? And that's when I just jumped on it. And I said, absolutely. So we've got that grant coverage, and that's all taken care of. There's a $35 fee per student. That's for the mentor and the person going. And as we're going to be doing this, we're going to be creating a club account to where we can make that payment right there. And, the United Sound they care so much about the students. They're like, you know what, if this is not something that you can do, talk to us. We'll find a way to work with you on that. But we're going to be able to make sure that we cover that, because that grant is the big thing. They also said that they have a grant that can help get us some instruments to start for some of these students. So it's just unbelievable. And this was the kind of the deal or the thing that we had going into COVID, then vanished, and then it's back. So, it's been about 5 years, but it's pretty cool. Let me see if that's. We need to program music, at each concert. I've already got songs ordered. I think for the first concert, we're going to play You're a Mean One, Mr. Grinch, to get everybody going. And then I've got, for the May concert, something a little bit riskier with by a very well-known composer named Richard Salcedo. So we're already programming and already planning for this opportunity here. And then, so what is the step-by-step process? We select the new musicians, and in our meetings, I've been talking with our team, and I said, okay, who's interested in this? They recommended only starting with 5 to 8 students. They're like, you don't want to do too big too early, So we've got, I believe it's 7 students. So they've picked them out, and I've in this select the peer mentors. We're in that. We may have to get kind of picky, okay, well, we can only have so many because we're going to, maybe freshmen aren't going to be able to come in, or we'll just have to see instrumentation, what it needs. But we're in that part now. Time to meet, we're just going to say Tuesdays after school. Sometimes they try to meet within the class period. Sometimes they do it after school, but I think we can make it work after school with everybody's availability. So we're going to be doing that after school. I've already got the paperwork for the club already started. Kind of need to know who's involved before we do that. So that's kind of on hold, but I've got all of that working right now. And then we have to go onto the United Sound page and register here. These are the people that are working on it and that are going to be involved. And then we start the mentor training. And the great thing about this is United Sound has all the materials, and they have a site that the teacher goes in and they get all the materials. And they have the first 2 meetings before you even have the new musicians in. They get together and you video conference in, and they teach our mentors how to be good mentors. So it's a pretty good program there with that. So I'm kind of getting ahead of myself. So they provide all the resources that we need. And this is kind of an example of some of the things that they'll give us. So along with, those videos, they're going to give us these cards, and they're going to learn to read music somewhat differently, than we would, where we just have notation. They use different colors. They use different size. You can see that, something's going to be long. Soup is a long note, an eighth note's donut. And our students are going to learn how to kind of communicate with this, with the new musicians on that. And then when the time comes and they're feeling a little bit better, our students are going to create their parts that they're going to play with us when we play You're the Mean One, Mr. Grinch. So they're getting an opportunity to figure out, okay, they know these notes. What can we do to get them to participate with us? So you see some of the flashcards, and I just kind of clipped a couple different things in there. And these are the materials that they bring to us. And then at the end, so that's kind of that's the last one right there. So that's the program. I wish I could tell you a little bit more about it because we haven't really got started, but I've heard amazing things about it. And every director that I know that does it, they say it's just the coolest thing in the world. And that not only me, I'm excited about it because it's just a new thing for me, but for our students. So I don't know if you have any questions or anything, or.
Thank you. Any questions from the board or comments?
I think this is an amazing program. Thank you for bringing it. I'm excited to see it. So
I have to. It's going to be pretty cool. So
Absolutely. So thank you for pushing this.
Yeah.
I think this is going to be an amazing additional benefit for our students at the school. So thank you.
Absolutely. Right. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Hebner.
Absolutely.
We're very excited.
Mr. Lavender, PACE presentation.
Yes, at this time, Mrs. Diaz is going to come forward. As you know, Mrs. Diaz has been overseeing the PACE school this year as one of her extra duty assignments. She's done a phenomenal job, and she's just going to kind of give everybody an overview of kind of where PACE is as of October 20th, 2025. So Mrs. Diaz, welcome.
Thank you. Hi again. when Mr. Lavender asked if we could give a quick update, I started thinking like, whoa, how many days have we actually been moving forward, right? So today I'm sharing an update about really our first 53 instructional days at PACE. So last year, these two documents should look very familiar. One is the revisioning of PACE, where we presented some of the shifts and different changes that we were looking at making. And then the other is our commitment to excellence. As a district, it includes our mission, vision, core values, and priorities. And the goal of the revision really was to ensure that alignment. There were several areas where the alignment was already there, but anywhere we didn't see that yet, we were looking for ways to make sure that you see a direct correlation between where we're going as a district and how PACE can support that mission, vision, and priorities. And so the presentation today is going to look at each of those areas that PACE stands for: pathways, accelerating career experiences, what we said, where we're going, what we were hoping to do in the vision this next year, where we are with the highlights of where we already have been able to make progress, but then also our next steps, because this revisioning process is really a process. And it's going to take step by step, continuous improvement journey to get there. And so first is pathways. And this is where a lot of time and effort has been put in so far these first days, because as you know, we shifted in curriculums. So with the changes in staffing and curriculum, it required a lot of learning from everyone involved. We now offer a blended learning environment where students have access to their core courses through the subject.com curriculum. And then we have the in-person advisor support that provides interventions and also elective offerings to students. So this by far has been our most significant shift of the year so far, and has really been something that was important to us, because in order to offer high quality learning experiences for all students, understanding the curriculum and supporting them with those changes is something we had to prioritize. Some of the things that are going well is the courses are being offered and they are working. Students are learning how to use the system better. They're building new learning skills every day. As you know, when you shift the format of learning, it also requires new how to learn skills. And so some of those skills include different ways of engaging with video learning, being able to take notes, especially from really that student perspective where there's nobody telling you, write this down. You're looking at it and you're making decisions on what's important as it goes. And some of our students found that maybe they didn't know that yet. And so then that's where the advisor support comes in, where we really are building those skills in our students so they can access their curriculum and learn. We do have students have had the opportunity this year to look at their own credit audits, find out exactly where they are, and then look at the many courses that are available and really design their own path of how they are getting there, what classes are going to fit their needs, what they want to do first. They get a lot of choices on pacing and different things because of the subject curriculum, which I'm getting a little ahead of myself. We'll see. Some of our next steps, priority 3 of this commitment to excellence is that we will close student learning gaps guided by data. And we have really dug into this. Every Wednesday PLC, we are looking at data and finding students that need intervention, need support, and then finding ways to give that, because it's not a blended opportunity if you only have all online or all in person, right? It really has to be an integration of that. And the staff is really working really hard to be able to look at that data and make quick, efficient decisions so that students are headed in the right direction every day. We will continue to grow our student capacity on using the new tools. We've seen we've seen a lot of growth already, and I can only imagine what happens the more time you have experience and the more learning you get to do. One of the things that we're working on with Subject is the program is supposed to offer a lockdown browser, which makes it a lot easier on staff to have to do some different proctoring and monitoring, but that isn't working yet. And so we have had to make adjustments, and we are ensuring the integrity of the curriculum by just stepping up in different ways from our in-person teaching and learning. And we are currently working on some additional in-person tutoring options. Math is an area that our students need support in, as we know, across the district, and we're just continuously finding ways to support them with that. Accelerating, the A in PACE is accelerating, and the subject curriculum has allowed us to really offer this. In the curriculum, courses are already designed for the semester. Students can see all of the learning objectives that they need to master throughout the semester, and they can then make decisions about their pacing. We have a student who loves social studies, all things social studies, has so much background knowledge in that area because they do so much reading, and has requested for in social studies, can we speed the pacing to a quarter class instead of a semester? And because we have subject, we are able to do that and then take more time in subjects that they need more time in, but not feel bogged down by, I have to wait. They're getting to make those choices. We also have some students, like we all know life doesn't always go exactly how we're thinking, right? So we have some students who maybe had a first couple of years that didn't go as planned academically for other reasons. They had other things that they were trying to figure out. But now that those are figured out, they're ready to move forward and graduate. And we're also able to offer that accelerated pacing to them. And that's been beneficial for many. We have adjusted our bell schedule to include 7 periods a day. This allows 4 core classes, which are on the online, and then there is still room for 3 elective courses. So as students, some of the students are thinking, well, I might want to add Spanish 3 into my course selection because they feel like they have that opportunity with that extra elective. Or they opt in for additional career planning or career pathway courses that we're trying to offer in person. Some of our next steps, feedback is saying that we want more dual credit opportunities. So one thing we're looking into right now is ASU Accelerate. There's some grants that we're looking into seeing if we qualify for to offer that. We also have students who are taking ELA classes or psychology classes, those specifically at CAC right now, and they're enjoying that experience a lot. So we have the CAC advisors coming in and students talking to students about their experience, but these are all ways that we are supporting the acceleration, but really letting it be driven by student and stakeholder feedback. Career. So everything in the box comes right from the revision. This is what we were thinking, where we were going and where, at the time. And then the highlights within those. Like I mentioned, the subject curriculum, that was very important that we took the time and made sure that students could feel successful in it. So in some of our other areas, we had to adjust the speed a little bit. But within the last 30 days, we have been able to start several of our what we call durable skills for career internships. And what these focus on are a lot of what people would refer to as soft skills, right? Your collaboration, leadership, teamwork, project planning, organization. And in the last 30 days, we've at least been able to start these 3, and there's some more possible on the way. Health Core, for example, is related to our health and medical fields. Students have weekly lessons from a peer mentor coming from CAC. The health core trains and supports them with the curriculum, and then they come to the students and connect with them, teaching them topics on physical, mental, and community health. And then they take what they learn and they create projects. They design projects on how their learning is going to impact either the school or the community. So this month is Physical Fitness Awareness Month, and the students, there's a statewide lapathon going on where the school promotes physical fitness by getting people out and walking laps. And then the fun part of it, the competition part of it, is then they get to turn in all of the laps that students in their community have walked. But it's a one-day event. So it's as many laps in one day. So right now the students are planning the event. So it starts with community support. So from like 7:30 to 8:30 right there at the park, they're going to set up and people can just stop on in. Like we're hoping parents and community members and whoever wants to come and participate in the laps. And then our students are traveling. We've been working on connecting with our middle schools, and the students are traveling to the middle schools, supporting student learning by telling them what they're learning about physical health, and then they will encourage the students to walk laps and go through that process as well. So that's an exciting opportunity for students to take their learning and make it real to them. And they have organization and marketing and all kinds of other responsibilities that they have in those projects. We have career exploration classes. What we've been able to do so far is students have completed interest-based surveys and skill surveys. So they're like answering questions to learn about themselves, and then they get recommendations on different career paths, and then they explore that path a little bit before they really commit, right? Like, we're still figuring things out. They are still figuring things out, and through defined careers, they're able to kind of do a virtual internship. And then if that is what excites them, then we are encouraging them to reach out in other ways within that pathway. Some of our next steps is we really want to support students that are interested in any industry credential opportunities, continuing to bring in guest speakers that support each pathway. We had a GCU advisor come the other day and was able to talk to students about their trades program. They have really neat opportunities in manufacturing and electrical, which all include a really fast-paced way, but they already have the businesses who are partnering with them so that they can go right into, after the learning piece of it, they can go right into the internships. And just seeing the students realize that there are other options for them is really what we hope to do through those guests, continue to do through the guest speakers. We also have choice lessons, and what these are they're related to a pathway. They're a live lesson that focuses specifically on something related in that career. So one of our best resources for this is GCU. They have something called GCU Live Lessons, and they have someone come down. They bring all of the materials that students are going to need, and then the students engage in the learning. These are just some of the opportunities that we have coming up. For chemistry and forensic science, there's the pharmacy chapstick compounding activity. And again, GCU's brings everything, and their teachers in training are the ones teaching the lessons. So it's that everybody's getting the experience that they need. There's the, in the healthcare and medical studies, there's First Aid 101, and it's all about bandage wraps. And students learn about different, different ways to do these things. In the cybersecurity, there's a Capture the Flag lesson where they have a cybersecurity challenge. And again, this is this is an experience for students so that they kind of get a glimpse of what this might look like. And then if they continue to gravitate to that, then the experience can grow into something deeper, but really letting them explore and learn. And then experiences. So career and experiences, those two letters are very closely related, right? Because a lot of the things I just talked about are career experiences. But we also want to provide students with a learning experience that they are looking for. Like this is my second year here. The high school district, but I've been a teacher in Casa Grande for 20 years. And a lot of that experience has been at middle school. And there are lots of different needs from students in our community. And PACE can offer and meet some of those needs, depending on what that, depending on, everybody's looking for something different. Some of those things are a choice learning space. We have a very flexible, well-designed learning space that students enjoy. There's a lot of integration. You have 9th graders, 10th graders, 11th, 12th working together, learning from each other. In our electives, it's all, there's not just these electives are for freshmen and these are for seniors. It really is differentiated based on what they're looking for, and they learn through collaboration. We have service learning and project-based opportunities. If you talk to students at PACE, this is what they truly enjoy. Anytime they get an opportunity to be in part of that service learning or to plan these events where they get to go back and do things for their community or other students, they're just very excited about that. All PACE students still have access to athletics at Vista Grande and Union, and other experiences that they were all able to go to a GCU campus visit, but we plan to have other college visits available for them. And we're looking for workplace visits as well. Like, where can we go see what people do at work so that we know what we're learning ties to something and is important. Some of the service learning projects that are coming up is the 1 million book giveaway. That's through Chick-fil-A Leadership Academy. And so students are currently right now figuring out how they are going to accomplish the amount of book giveaways that they need to do. A next experience that we're currently planning is graduation. Next week, we have a grad info night for our seniors and their families. And we're really looking for getting their feedback about what they want that experience to look like. I've mentioned some of these others already. Here's a quick budget update. So the teal is our FY26, and then the black is the FY25. When we did the revisioning, we were also looking at budget and trying to align that with the resources that we had available to us. And then a registration update. In August of 2025, started the month with 70, ended the month with 73. September, you'll see 73 to 74. And then October, we're staying consistent. The highlight is that we are maintaining right now. We do have calls coming in, but when it's a transfer within Casa Grande, at this point, we encourage to relook at it again in January. Because being in the semester at this time, we want to ensure students earn their credits, and that transfer can be hard on them. What we are looking towards is, for example, this getting out to the middle schools and doing this event can lead to an understanding that PACE, there is another high school. What is PACE? Is this the option for me? And we will be planning some early info sessions so that we're not waiting till the end to let people know what is available and what PACE has to offer so that they can make the decision if it's best for them. And that is those first 60 days, some of our highlights and also some of our next steps. This is definitely a continuous improvement journey. And we're taking different steps continuously, staying what's working is what is working will continue, and what's not, we are adjusting and meeting those needs as we go.
Thank you, Ms. Diaz.
Any questions?
Is there any questions? Just want to say, a lot of things going on there, a lot of exciting things going on too. I think we all look forward to seeing how the first semester goes. It's a new program, and appreciate all the proactive and being fluid and trying to make the best out of this for our students. And please encourage you to reach out to me, because I do know a few people in the business, and to try to get help, maybe get some people to come visit, do some, guest speakers, and maybe even get some tours out to the facilities.
Yeah,
Okay.
absolutely. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Lavender, we're on to community use of school facilities handbook.
Well, before she goes, I want to thank Ms. Diaz for
Yes.
doing the presentation tonight. As you see, the program is comprehensive. It's $500,000 cheaper than we did it last year, and our numbers are sustaining. We actually had in September, the first month for PACE, where we did not lose enrollment since PACE has been open. So all positive signs in what's going on there.
Thank you.
So
Thank you.
Congratulations. Monica. So, one of the things that our district's committed to is supporting the community and all of the organizations we have in the community. We have all kinds of organizations in our community, not only athletic organizations, but scouts, church organizations, and those things. And we want our school to be a hub for our community to be able to use. And a few years ago, that was not a practical thing, because our fees for the use of our facilities were beyond the reach of many of these organizations. I appreciate the shout out we recently got from Central Arizona College, where we have a partnership with them, where we're providing them the space to offer GED classes as well as English learning classes here on our campus 2 days a week during the day and 2 days a week during the evening. And this is a partnership with CAC. We're not charging them, because we think it's important to get students in here who can get their GED, to help their job skills, and get our parents to be able to learn those skills. So this is a partnership we have with CAC. Obviously, the building is here, people are here during the day, so there's not a lot of expense to have them here during that time. We currently have 11 organizations that use our facilities at Union and Vista for sports activities. We have other organizations that work with our band kids. There's constantly stuff going on with our drum line and things like that. So what we've done here is we've developed an they have.
Thank you, Mr. Lavender. Is there any questions by the board?
No, I just appreciate you guys laying this out. I've experienced firsthand in the past how expensive and difficult it was to actually get that rented. So this actually kind of lays it out in a nice manner, so.
I also heard comments about the price in the past, so I think this is definitely will be welcomed by the rest of the community. It's just good neighbors, good community members, and collaboration. So thank you. Thank you for all those who worked on it. All right, let's see here. Takes us to matters reserved for the board action. Go with ASBA Policy Advisory 915-916. Is there any, this will be the second reading of this item. We heard it last time. Is there any questions? Okay, from the board. If not, I will entertain a motion.
I move to approve the second reading and adoption of revisions to ASBA Policy Advisory 915 through 916 as presented.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Mary, please call for the vote.
Mr. Hayes?
Yes.
Mrs. Harrington?
Yes.
Mrs. Jordan?
Yes.
And Mr. Wilkie?
Yes. ASBA Policy Advisories 917 through 959. This would be the first reading of this policy advisory for these sections. Does anybody have any questions about them? No, pretty straightforward. All right, with that, I'll entertain a motion.
I will move to approve the first reading of the ASBA Policy Advisory 917 through 958, sections E and F, revisions and deletions, and Policy Advisory 959 as presented.
I'll second.
We have a motion and a second. Mary, please call for the vote.
Mr. Hayes?
Yes.
Mrs. Harrington?
Yes.
Mrs. Jordan?
Yes.
And Mr. Wilkie?
Yes. Mr. Lavender, the Memorandum of Understanding Shared Facilities Related Equipment.
Yes, sir. This is a memorandum of understanding between the Casa Grande Elementary School District and the high school district to be able to share some of our facilities equipment. As you know, the equipment can be rather expensive, and the ability to be able to share each other's equipment to get our mission and done for these departments is important. We recommend approval.
Any comments or questions from the board?
I just have one question. I read through are we noting who uses what equipment the most? Like, are we tracking that? So like wear and tear on equipment?
Yes.
Is it, like the elementary district uses ours more than we did? Are we incurring the cost of maintaining it, or are we sharing that maintenance?
We do monitor that. It doesn't happen that often. A lot of times what happens is when their equipment's down or our equipment's down, it allows us to be able to use and keep the operation going forward.
Okay.
Or if there's things that we don't have, most of these things on here, we do have that equipment.
Well, I appreciate the fiscal responsibility of both districts working together to stretch those funds. If there's no more questions or comments, I will entertain a motion.
I move to approve the memorandum of understanding between Casa Grande Union High School District and Casa Grande Elementary School District to facilitate the shared use of facilities related equipment as presented.
I'll second.
I have a motion and a second. Mary, please call for the vote.
Mr. Hayes?
Yes.
Mrs. Harrington?
Yes.
Mrs. Jordan?
Yes.
And Mr. Wilkie?
Yes. Donations, Mr. Lavender.
Yes, sir. This month, we've been fortunate to receive some very generous donations. Our Casa Grande Union High School Spirit Line received $200 from Epiphany Landscaping. Our Science Department of Casa Grande Union received 500 compensation books from Allison Mills, and glassware as attached, valued at $4,000 from Agro Galilee. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. Research Farm. Our Casa Grande Union High School Athletic Department received a $2,000 donation from Cardinals Charities. The Casa Grande Union Girls Flag Football Team received $200 from the Kiwanis Club and $350 from the American Legion Post 8. Casa Grande Union High School also received $45 from cyber grants from Abbott, and the Vista Grande Golf Team received golf bags, golf clubs, golf balls from an anonymous donor. We recommend approval of all those items.
Any comments or questions from the board?
It's always appreciated.
All these wonderful, contributions of making these community members that are making the positive investment in our students, and it's much appreciated. So thank you. Thank you all. All right, with that, I will entertain a motion.
I will move to approve the donations as presented.
I will second.
We have a motion and a second. Mary, please call for the vote.
Mr. Hayes?
Yes.
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 Yes. This brings us to the consent agenda portion of our agenda. All items presented or included in the consent agenda can be acted on in one motion unless there is any board member that would like to have one pulled from the consent agenda and discussed by itself. Anyone so moving? With that, I will entertain a motion.
I move to approve the consent agenda as presented.
I'll second.
We have a motion and a second. Mary, please call for the vote.
Mr. Hayes?
Yes.
Ms. Harrington?
Yes.
Mrs. Jordan?
Yes.
And Mr. Wilkie?
Yes. Okay, that brings us to the last item of business for tonight, the call to the public. I received one note here. I just want to make sure that it's understood that we are prohibited from utilizing any school resources for the promotion, either support or against any kind of item of this nature. And so any comments need to be made strictly to the facts of the matter about what we're talking about for financing, what it's going to be used for. If so, with that, okay, seeing none, there's nothing more before the board. This meeting is adjourned. Thank you.